undefeated last year. He was the first freshman ever to win the Outstanding Wrestler Award at the NCAAs. And here we go at 184.
He's perpetual motion, and he's already in on a scoring opportunity. He missed it. Came up a little quick. Sometimes he does so many things at one time that he loses focus on what he's doing there. But he's already done 7 or 8 position moves that has put his opponent out of position. So that makes a big difference. Even though he hasn't scored, there's been a lot of action in this first 20, 30 seconds.
The young man that gets the opportunity to wrestle an undefeated collegiate wrestler in his career is Isaac Weber, a sophomore from Newburgh, Oregon.
In on a shot, keeping his hips under, looking for the finish. Moving him, continually moving him, keeping him off balance, looking for the takedown, trying something different. Got his head outside there a little bit against the guy that cuts corners, so he, and he's still looking for the fall and the takedown. He knows his positions. Looked like he was out of position, and at the same time he ended up scoring 2 points.
And that's because it just looked like it, because as you pointed out, Dan Gable, he knows his positions, he knew where he was.
He apparently knew where he was, because the other guy felt like he was comfortable for a second, and boom, he's taken down. Putting the leg in, hip control. Deep half. He likes that, situation that's going to put a guy in trouble, and he's missed it. But you get rolling around with that half on, you could get in trouble if you're the bottom man.
Well, Cael Sanderson ahead 2-0 and dominating on top here of Isaac Weber, who is off to a solid start for Oregon State, and he's just up against a young man that, as we've said, has not been defeated in his freshman and sophomore year for Iowa State Cyclones. NCAA champion Cael Sanderson, the third of 3 Sanderson brothers, and he's a young man on a mission. He's on a mission immediately in this meet. He's on a mission to win another NCAA championship, and you can bet he's on a mission to win 4 in a row.
One at a time.
That's right. But I guess you got to have that mission, that vision.
Controlling the front headlock situation. 2-1 lead, 44 seconds riding time. Reacts well off a shot.
Here's Cody Sanderson, we've shown you. He had a big win earlier at a 133. He was second in the nation last year. His brother is first in the nation here that we're looking at. Cael Sanderson, the third wrestler we've had a match already with. And now we are in the first period with 50 seconds left. And Cael Sanderson scoring his second takedown. Scores 4-1. He just lets go of the Weber from Oregon State. Tries to get another takedown, and chances are he'll get it.
Well, he smelled a little blood there, By that I'm saying, he felt the guy give up a little bit on that go behind him. That gave him the opportunity to say, hey, if you're going to just give me takedowns, I'll take them. And he took another one.
It's Coach Dan Gable, the coach of the Olympic team, giving his insights here, and a man that has smelled blood himself on the mat as a competitor and as the most successful coach in history of the sport of wrestling. And we're describing Cael Sanderson here as he is ahead 6-2 in the first period.
He's doing a good job of reading his opponent, which is very important as far as what you want to do, as far as how you want to attack him during the match. Near miss on the edge for Oregon State.
Six to 3, 5 seconds left in the first period here. Cael Sanderson leading Isaac Weber. And of course, speaking of the Sandersons, we've seen them off the mat. We've also seen Tony Davis on off the mat. But if you missed them, you can always see them again on Iowa Public Television's website. And later this season, Iowa Public Television will be presenting 3 new off the mat features with Iowa's national champions from last year. Doug Schwab and T.J. Williams Plus, we'll meet Iowa State's sensational sophomore, Joe Heskett. Plan to watch our telecast and then see them again on our website, www.collegewrestling.iptv.org, as we look at Cael Sanderson here, almost getting some points, but not quite, according to Jim Ramirez. He's trying to load him up and get some tilts here, right, Dan?
He certainly is. He's trying to half or roll through, trying to get the far shoulder down. Oregon State just did the right job there by reaching up and taking the hand off. You do not want to roll through with that half on.
Again, he does it.
You got to do it before you roll through, though, usually. It's better to keep your elbows under you and your head up tight there, so where the man comes in with the half, he doesn't get it on. If he does get it on, you got to immediately take it off. Start rolling around with halves. The opponent in control, you end up on your back.
Well, and Dan's explaining why Oregon State's Isaac Weber has not been on his back yet, because he's done a good job of picking off the hand before he gets into the dangerous situation. And now he's Joe Wells there encouraging Isaac Weber to, you make the shots, you go after him. Cael Sanderson ahead 6-4, and it's Weber keeping it close.
Well, if you're going to beat a guy like Sanderson here, you know, you got to pick up the pace that he's at least going, and he's going at a faster pace than his opponent there. He's in on the scoring opportunities at all times and being able to score obviously more points because he's doing that.
Again, fine execution by Cael Sanderson.
Switched off from one side, went to the other, and you know, he just did a great job there of changing some situations around to make the scoring opportunity available.
That's 8-4 now. Cael Sanderson ahead of Isaac Weber. 8-4. Iowa State wrestler ahead along with riding time. So he has a 5-point lead right now in the second period. Cael Sanderson in the Iowa State uniform. Isaac Weber from Oregon State.
The intention releases him. Picks up his pace, in on the shot. He's ahead, and he's still the aggressor. That's why he's unbeaten.
Boy, he just covers you on top there. It's like a blanket. He knows exactly where he is.
Looking for a hip tilt. Getting a little frustrated out there. He's getting a little frustrated because he'd like to see some back points. Doesn't even consider where he's going. He just knows where he's going. I'm taking the down position, add another point, or a reversal.
End of the second period, start of the third period. The score is 10-5 in favor of the man you're looking at on the bottom, Iowa State's defending national champion Cael Sanderson, as Granby rolls out for an escape, makes the score 11-5, and they're on their feet again. Jim Gibbons, you've followed Iowa State wrestling for a long time. You'd have to consider Cael Sanderson one of the best.
Another shot. Hip right in there, knocked him off balance. He's in a position, well, he loses the position to get the fall. He's a little frustrated. He likes to pin, he likes to win by tech falls. He's looking for things, but Oregon State's just trying to keep from getting tech falls or pinned, and so it's difficult sometimes. And he's getting a little physical on the edge here. That's good.
Jim? Well, we're having a little technical problem here, but we'll get to him because, as you know, Jim Gibbons, a national champion coach and wrestler, Iowa State, and I'm sure the Cyclone fans are just really excited about what Cael Sanderson represents for the Cyclones. He's up 15-7 with 50 seconds left in the third period.
Well, he just did a great technique there. He had a front headlock, looked for a snap, go behind, and he didn't get it, but he opened up the opportunity to do a leg tackle on the near side because he's already in the angle position. So he did a great job of being able to switch off, have one opportunity, miss it, go right into another one that's close. You know, that's what good wrestlers put together. Flurry of chain wrestling that opens up opportunities.
And I don't notice Cael Sanderson ever appearing tired.
Well, if he is, he doesn't know it because he's continually just going for scoring. I think that's real critical. I'm sure when he gets done and he sets down, he notices that maybe he's, you know, I'm a little exhausted, but I've wrestled hard, you know. And
left it on the mat.
And my focus is where it needs to be at that particular time.
14 seconds left. We're ticking it down to the end of the match. 15-7, and that's an 8-point lead along with riding time. If it stays the same, Cael Sanderson will bring 4 points to the board for Iowa State. Take the score to 25-10. And we're 5 seconds away from that.
Still looking to score, but the time's going to run out on him.
And that's how it ends. We have Cael Sanderson, Iowa State Cyclone, winning 16-7 over Isaac Weber from Oregon State, who fought him hard, but just wasn't up to the talent level of Cael.